Good afternoon, I'm Malcolm Jordan and this is your midday news fix for Friday, the 1st of March. The Justice Minister's confident her new firearm crackdown rules won't breach the Bill of Rights Act. Nicole McKee this morning announced she's expanding the application of the Firearms Prohibition Order regime in a bid to give police powers to conduct warrantless searches on gang members they suspect of having an illegal firearm. McKee says this is not an overreach and she's received advice from Crown Law saying the new powers won't breach the alleged offender's Bill of Rights.
So I've been told on initial advice that there would not be a Bora issue. I expect though, as we go through this process, the Attorney General will be looking at it and will have her view as well.
The Health Minister says an interim plan has been developed for the coming months to address security in emergency departments. Shane Retty announced in December extra security guards for a number of hospital EDs through until the end of February. Danica McLean has more.
Retty directed Health New Zealand to report to him around future planning options. The Minister says the agency is able to reallocate funding between now and July to sustain an improved security presence. Retty says this will be at a lower level than the summer surge, but will provide extra support at 8 of the highest risk EDs. He says further planning will continue.
Major changes could be on the way to address the emergency housing crisis. Housing Minister Chris Bishop is expected to make an announcement about the issue next week. TVNZ has announced an interim operating loss of $4.6 million for the last 6 months of last year. It comes amid a horror week for the media industry, with the announcement that Newshub will likely be axed at the end of June. Here's Sophie Trigger.
TVNZ was expected to deliver a tough result in line with the challenging market. And all up, it's a loss of $16.7 million when calculating net profit after tax. Its total revenue of nearly $156 million is 13.5% down from last year. The broadcaster says the loss is supported by a strong balance sheet and cash reserves and shows the decline in local advertising.
The Immigration Minister is looking to push forward with urgent changes to the accredited employer work visa scheme. It follows the Public Service Commission review, which found Immigration New Zealand had insufficient checks and balances to prevent migrant exploitation. Erica Stanford says her government can fix it, starting with urgent alterations to the work visa scheme itself.
Then we will take a long, hard look at it. We have a review coming up, but I can't wait that long, so I am taking a paper to Cabinet to bring back in the teeth that we used to have.
There are reports at least 112 Palestinians have died while waiting for food aid in northern Gaza after Israeli troops opened fire. The Palestinian Ministry of Foreign Affairs says more than 280 were wounded and is calling it a cold-blooded massacre. Israel has challenged the death toll and says many of the victims were run over by aid trucks. Thousands of people experiencing starvation and extreme dehydration had been lining up for hours for aid. To sport, temporary changes to the smart mouthguard protocols this weekend for Super Rugby Pacific. Players will continue to wear the mouthguards, but will not be required to leave the field after an alert. Instead, they'll be checked by an on-field doctor who will decide if an HIA is required. Ryan Fox has signed for a 2 under 69 opening round at the PGA Tour's latest pit stop in Florida. He's tied for 46th and 5 back from the lead. Christian Horner's Formula One future is back in the spotlight after WhatsApp messages appearing to be sent by him were leaked. I'm Malcolm Jordan. That's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at 5 p.m. from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.